Microphones and Monsters is a creative type of production. Special thanks to Mead and Patrick T. Arsenault, our executive producer level supporters from Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And of course, thank you to all of our listeners and our other levels of patrons. Without your support and continued love, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. Thank you all.
Imagine a place where ancient secrets and unnatural horrors lie dormant. A place where the veil between worlds is thin, and the creatures of the night roam free. On Microphones and Monsters, a ragtag crew of travelers sets sail for one such destination. But beware, dear listener, for the horrors of Fazine are not for the faint of heart.
Lucius, do you think if we gave the priests the Wicklemite, would it only be a danger to Farzine, or would it be a danger, to the whole world?
I don't really know, but with this much Wicklemite, I'm not sure what it might be capable of.
Is this another memory from my past? What was that hand? And she'll kind of close her eyes and start to think about it again. And when she opens her eyes, she sees the spectral hand floating in front of her.
Are y'all going back to the stockade first thing in the morning?
Well, we were supposed to get there before 12. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess the real question is, are we going to make the delivery before or after we go to the stockade if we're going to deliver these things?
Y'all were going to sleep on that decision. So y'all have slept on it now.
So,
which is great for us as players making decisions. All right, great. You've slept on it. How do you feel about it now?
yeah.
30 seconds.
Well, Lucius seemed to think that we didn't have a great option aside from making the delivery and just hoping that it didn't collapse in horrible, nightmarish horrors beyond our imagination. And Rufus was on board with that, and Izzodath was a little, still a little concerned.
I mean, at this point, it's not that Lucius is necessarily second guessing himself, but it's at this point, it's well,
there's no other option.
The crew's already gone through all of this stuff. It's maybe a bit cruel of us to basically demand. It's okay, well, we're going to do this stuff and possibly screw everything up for you. On what is essentially still kind of a hunch.
Yep.
Maybe an educated hunch, but
educated hunch.
It's definitely not something that's proven at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think at this point Lucius is much more willing to just have the delivery go through, and we'll just try to.
We can just kill him at the delivery.
Investigating.
Problem
Lucius
solved.
is not thinking that.
So Captain Sensa and Aiden would definitely want to go with you this time. Are you wanting to go, or are you just letting Sensa and Aiden go?
You mean to the stockades or to the
the shrine to deliver?
Oh, we'll go with them for sure.
I do want to go with, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd all go to the delivery and then go to the stockades together. I don't think we would separate for those tasks, especially since we have until we needed to be there by noon for the trial or whatever.
Well, really quickly, I mean, you're not going to hear anything really extra from the priest up there other than stuff you've already heard. But one of the priests up there is one of the same ones from yesterday, and he sees you and he's like, "Oh, welcome back. And you brought friends."
Yes, we had come across them about a delivery that was supposed to be going to you.
Oh, no, we were expecting it yesterday, but from Mamau. Mamau told us we showed up a little bit late before your friends had left. But yes, we are very grateful that you helped them find their way here. I believe you were promised 1,000 gold pieces for the cargo, but we heard about the unfortunate event out on sea. For the troubles and the terrible, terrible storm that you went through, we have decided to give you an extra 500 gold.
Okay. You can just put it in my backpack.
And just you
I'm like
dragging
limping
it
along.
Someone put a rock in that cat's backpack? He's just dragging it around.
I'm fine. Don't bother me.
But yeah, they already have it in a bag, in a little satchel. Not satchel, but
Does
a
it
little
have a big
coin
dollar
bag.
sign on it?
Yeah,
Or a big G,
And,
I guess, for gold?
Gee.
it's got the mountain on it. It's got Kaza on it.
Of course it does.
We
it's
actually
just
worship
a
this
picture.
bag.
It's a dyed image of the mountain shrine of the mountain itself. But yeah, no, you have 1,500 gold,
Cool.
and
Each.
then I mean he hands it to Sensa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I am not gonna be trying to take that gold just yet.
Yeah, no, he
Where's
he
our
gives it to
magic
Sensa.
wallets from the last campaign?
Just put it on our card.
She's like, well, as y'all are walking down, Sensa's like, well, we can at least go to Obed's and pay him real quick before we. Well, I think we got enough time to get there before we go to the Stockades. So
No, we do, because I have that city secrets feature, so I can get us around the city twice as fast. Anyway.
there you go. Perfect. You're just running ahead of everybody. Hey, over here. Ah.
Yeah.
I got the zooms.
There's a pathway through this street that gets over there faster.
Follow
Everyone
that
else
cat.
Follow me! Just running.
So yeah, Sensa pays Obed the 1,000 gold, so still got 500 gold to cover any other expenses and to pay everybody. And she's like, well, I mean, we're not going anywhere yet, so we'll settle this up after we get everybody out of prison.
This is under the assumption that we're actually going to get them out of this situation.
Well, I mean, let me handle it whenever we're doing presenting their case and everything, and or I mean Lucius has a way of talking too, so we'll see when we get there, find out the situation that we're looking at, but I think we'll be all right.
We truly appreciate your support at Microphones and Monsters. To experience even more Microphones and Monsters magic, join our Patreon at patreon.com/creativetypo. You'll get ad-free episodes, bonus content, and even uncut sessions of our monster slaying exploits. Ooh. And don't forget to discover another Creative Typo show waiting for you after this episode. Check it out.
So you return to the stockade, and you find that the garden is unchanged from your first visit, and a new guard is behind the desk when you walk in.
It's not Mamau.
No, it's
No.
Papow.
And he looks up immediately upon their. He looks up immediately as soon as you walk in and greets you. Hey, what can I do for y'all?
Yes, we were here from some of our traveling companions that were arrested and set to have a hearing today.
Abruptly, the guard straightens up and interrupts you. The captain wants to talk to you. Wait here. With that, he excuses
we killed
himself.
them while you were gone.
With that, he excuses himself and heads towards the western hallway. Moments later, the captain, a hulking man with stern features, greets you. Well, how y'all doing? I'm Captain Lothar Windsor.
Lothar Windsor.
Is it Windsor or is it Windsor and he's saying Windsor?
Windsor, Wenza. Lothar, Lothar.
I'm Lothar Windsor. Welcome to my
Windsor.
plantation.
He does not wait for your response before turning and heading towards the office.
Oh, Okay, then.
Hi, bye.
No, he wants you to follow him.
And yeah, Lucius will follow.
As will Rufus.
Izzodath will turn back at Xerothin. Are you coming?
I have nothing else better to do.
And you're not hungover at all.
No.
No, of
I
course
just had,
not.
I just had one weak moment. I puked it out.
He
We're
wasn't
fine.
used to the effects of kava, is what it was.
Yeah. It was the mixture of kava on top of all that ale. So once everybody gets inside, he closes the door behind you, walks behind his desk, and sits framed by his great axe hanging behind him on the wall. So, y'all care to explain how it is that your mates have escaped from their locked cells?
Escaped?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Would y'all happen to know anything about that?
I
No.
would not happen to know anything about that. In fact, it seems very odd to me. Why would we come here if we had anything to do with them disappearing?
I was actually hoping you had already executed them, to be perfectly honest, but this means that's still up for grabs.
And I'm assuming the captain and first mate came with us as well.
Yeah. Captain senses like, what? Hold on. What are you talking about? They escaped. They're not in their cell anymore? Well, no, they're not. No. And, I mean, it's not a normal thing around here. And, I wonder if y'all have anything to do about that.
Were they acting weird? Were they like whispering and murmuring to themselves yesterday?
They were constantly apologizing, saying that they didn't have any control over what was happening.
Well, I can personally vouch for myself and my companion Theodore. Both of us were together all day yesterday, and
Rufus.
I'm sorry.
It's not Theodore.
Yes, Rufus. My companion Rufus. We were together all day yesterday, and so I can personally vouch on that. And at least for my other companions here, Xerothin and Izzodath, I was with them for most of the day, and even when we were separated, it was not for very long. As for the captain and Ada here, I was probably apart from them the most, but I have full faith that they would not have been involved in something like this. We were very set to come here and argue their case today.
Yeah, we were in the port of call all day. I mean, you could check with Guzu and
Murmur. It was Google and Murmur.
It was
If
not.
I remember correctly.
Guza and Kekken.
Kekken.
I was close.
I mean, you can check with Guza and Kekken. We didn't leave once we entered, and that was after we visited here yesterday. And obviously, we didn't even see our mates yesterday. So there's something else going on here, and we're not involved.
Have any other prisoners ever escaped?
Can't say that they have. So it's very odd indeed. So, I mean, I think y'all role played that pretty good, so I'm not going to make you roll.
Yay.
Well, if nothing else, y'all may be able to help me figure this out. Come with me. Gonna go back
Yes,
there.
Okay.
I agree. We would be happy to help you out because ultimately we would like to be able to get our friends back and exonerated.
Well, this don't look good for them.
I agree that we should get them back.
So, Captain Winza leads you back to the cells, previously containing your crazed former shipmates. And true to his word, cell number 2 is empty, and he pulls out a key and allows you to enter and examine the cell.
Oh, I'm not going in that cell. Absolutely not.
Maybe they went out this
he
trap
walks
door.
in too. He walks
Okay.
in too.
He's just like, all right, after you.
Yeah.
Fools!
On initial inspection, the flagstone floor of the cell has been broken up. Whoever or whatever dug it up created an
The
area
dwarves.
It created an area of upturned earth roughly 3 feet in diameter.
Bigger than me.
You can further investigate it with an investigation check if you want.
Sure.
Love to.
Yeah, let's
So
just
just
make
to make
sure
sure-
and see what happens.
I just want to roll.
So just to make sure, this is like disturbed earth, but it's not like a tunnel.
Yeah, it's just disturbed earth, not a tunnel.
I rolled a 12.
17 for investigation.
Investigation. I rolled a 19.
Oh.
Wow.
Sure, I'll roll. I got a 4.
Okay.
Ooh.
Someone
Hey, I
dug a
beat
hole.
someone.
Lucius
Hole
is
is made of hole.
So
Th-
4,
this earth
12,
seems to have been
17, and
disturbed.
19.
Somebody must
Is
have
that-
come in from below.
Lucius is distracted by somebody in the drunk tank
A
in
bird.
another cell. Basically, it's definitely somebody that is hung over there. But the rest
It's
of
like
you,
trying to ask them, did you see anything happening?
They're just babbling.
they're just
Excuse me.
No, please quit interrupting.
everybody else.
I did. I saw the dirt. There's dirt over there. I saw it. I swear.
That's all Lucius gets. The rest of you, the upturned ground is soft, as if recently tilled. There is no tunnel below. And you also notice that there is blood splatter on the back wall and the floor of the cell.
How much
What
blood
kind
splatter?
of blood?
What color blood?
It's red blood.
Red blood.
I mean, it's more blackish brown at this point, like it's already dried.
Dried
Yeah.
red blood.
Yeah.
There's blood over here in the wall. I called it. We all passed the check. I called blood.
We didn't all pass the check.
No.
I was talking to Max and
I'm sorry, there's what?
Sarah. There's blood over here, Lucius, on the wall.
Are you sure it's not dirt?
Yeah, it smells like blood.
Oh,
does.
well, I'll trust your nose.
It does smell like blood.
I'll use my finger and be
advantage
like,
on perception checks.
blood
for-
tastes
for-
like
Yep, that's
Tastes like
blood.
blood too.
Ew.
How much blood are we talking about? Is it
Why'd
like
you lick the wall?
It's just like
Why
a
have
few
a finger?
splatters here and there. Like it's not.
okay? So not
it's not
like the whole crew has been massacred and their
Yeah,
blood
no.
is now everywhere. It's like maybe one person got hurt.
And the
Yeah.
guard's like, I don't know what happened. It's just
like there's
bloodbath.
there's like a slashing like motion to the blood. I mean, I would say like
splatter.
definitely
Dexter.
Xerothin would
Dexter
notice
Morgan.
because I think he rolled the highest.
Yeah, 19.
Xerothin would notice that it's like a slashing splatter, and the rest is like where it dripped.
Someone was opened up over here. I don't know if it was enough to kill whoever was cut, but whoever was cut right here and then let out a little bit right there. But that doesn't answer why there's this upheaval of dirt here.
I hope no one was hurt.
What is blood?
Izzodath, someone was cut open and there's blood on the walls and the floors. I can almost guarantee you someone was hurt here.
I know. I hope they're okay. I hope. I don't know. I feel so bad for them.
Well, there's no bodies, so they're not dead. Unless
Or they
they
were-
were eaten.
Eaten. Is there any other check we can do like on the dirt? Like I have a high survival
Yes.
skill.
Hey,
Like is there
give
something I
me-
can tell about the dirt?
Give me a survival check, or wisdom survival check on the tunnel,
It's a 21.
or examine the loose dirt. 21. All right. So the upturned earth could be the result of a medium-sized creature burrowing up from below. It would have to be incredibly strong to break through the flagstone floors.
It looks like something dug its way up and came through the floor. Something big.
Does Mr. Mouse have any large relatives that live around here?
Mr. Mouse was with me the whole time in
That's not what I asked. It was a joke. Forget it.
Mr. Mouse would never hurt nobody.
Izzodath will turn to Captain Winsa,
Wins. Yeah.
not Captain Sensa.
You just say captain, and they both go, yes.
Yes, Captain. I think something took our friends. I think something came through the floor and took them. I don't think they escaped.
Honestly, my guards have no clue. Here, let's go back to my office and discuss this further. We don't need to discuss this in front of our drunken friend over here. Oh,
The dirt was right there when I woke up. It was right over there. The dirt.
Zeb, calm down over there now. Zeb, you need to come on. Let's go talk. Let's go talk out there.
Let's go talk before Sam gets in one of his fits.
Passing by one of the other guards, he's like, Zeb's getting a little unruly now. Make sure he calms down. And as you're walking over,
you.
as you're walking down the hallway, you just hear the drunken cries of Zeb in the holding cell. The man is
Getting beaten mercilessly.
no, the man is
Help, I'm being repressed.
oh my god, I don't know this word. Odoriferous.
See the binds in the system.
Oh god, I gotta look this up. Odoriferous.
Odorific?
Odoriferous?
Odiferous.
Yes.
There we
Put
go.
the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, he is odoriferous. And he is belligerent and berating the watch person on duty that as you're walking away.
Act like you never seen dirt before.
Now, unable and unwilling to ignore him further, that other guard does unlock the holding cell and leads him to the more private cell, that you just came from.
The beating cell.
The beating cell.
Wait, they put him in the cell with the dirt?
Yeah.
Well, Zeb, you're next.
Going there, no dirt. It's filthy in here.
Yeah, you would hear that, so you would know that he got moved.
Put him in the cell where someone just got stolen out of.
You're next.
They broke out.
We won't have to arrest him anymore.
You gotta bait the trap again.
Yeah, as you're walking back, he is like, we've inspected the whole cell and nothing. Like, there's no broken bars, there's no broken joints, everything is intact. So we don't know what happened. So you get to the office.
But what about the flagstone?
What about the hole?
Yeah.
Like that whole thing? Don't worry
We
about
just
that
told
thing.
you. We just told you what happened. Someone dug up and got him.
You're back in the office. He closes the door, sits down. Like his axe just really stands out behind him. But it's like, so you're asking like about the hole?
Yeah.
Well, because he said nothing was broken, and it sure seemed like that flagstone was broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Izzodath will reiterate. There was definitely a hole in the middle of the cell. Something dug through, and I think because there was still dirt in it, I think it dug back, and as it was digging, it refilled the hole. I think something came in there and took them.
It'd have to be pretty strong to dig a hole like that, wouldn't it?
Well, it was a big hole. Are there any big creatures in Farzine that tunnel like that?
Did the things that attacked us yesterday do any tunneling?
You mean those giant monkeys?
I mean, I don't think those apes would even have the brains to do anything like that. But locally, I can't think of much around here that could do something like that.
You don't happen to have any Shai Hulud on this island, do you?
Shai Hulud? What's that?
Just a really bad reference that apparently I'm the only one that understands.
No, it's just lost on me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, Richard.
It's the name that the Fremen use for the sandworms in Dune.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. We
It
just watched
sounded
that
familiar.
too.
Yeah, we just watched that.
Wait, what? I didn't hear what he
Dune.
said because you knew
It's
what he
Dune,
said.
Dune. It's the
Oh, okay.
sandworms.
Yeah.
I knew I'd heard
Yeah.
that before. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Y'all got any more questions?
It just quickly, like kind of more meta. There's no like machines. Like we haven't noticed like any kind of like tinkerings like around Farzine, have we?
No.
Because that'd be the only other thought I would have is
Richard, you can't do detect magic, can you?
let me double check.
Well, we already left the cell.
Well, we could
I
go
don't.
back.
No, I do not have detect magic.
Okay. Maybe we can bring that up and maybe
Or
it
at
was-
least maybe more directly. I don't have it prepared.
fair enough.
I don't suppose a Yogg Sothothery check on what types of creatures might be able to burrow like that.
I mean,
You know,
it'd be
the
worth
way
a
she's
shot, I
describing
suppose.
it.
Yeah,
The way she's describing it kind
mind.
of brings up something in the back
Open
of your
your
head.
mind.
I mean, you can just ask him questions too. Like you can
Yeah.
talk to him more
When I had-
and try and get to the bottom of this.
I had a couple more.
Do you have any kind of burrowing creatures here on the island?
Mole people.
It doesn't matter if they're large enough to have done this. Are there any?
Like I said, I mean, locally, there's not too much that can do that.
Are there any stories of, even if they're fairy tales, like are there any stories of something like this?
He seems kind of reluctant to really say more than like he can't really think of too much on the island that can do something like that.
He just keeps saying the same thing.
Insight check.
There was
There you
that unfounded rumor of
Wow.
Zoogs
That wasn't very
kidnapping
good.
children.
Insight.
Yeah, it's the Zoods that did it, totally.
11. It was my insight check.
For your insight.
Yeah, I don't have very good insight.
Izzodath rolled a 17 for insight.
All right, so yeah, you definitely tell that he's avoiding something.
So persuasion check, 16. She's gonna say, any ideas you have? We really just want to know what happened to our friends. I mean, even if it's a silly idea, or is there anything you can think of?
Well, I gotta admit that there is one creature that I know of that could make a trail like this, and it'd be a ghoul.
A ghoul?
A ghoul on this island?
Roll credits.
I mean, you do know that like the ghouls are on this island and they coexist with the people, and everything. But that's his answer to that is a ghoul.
Are there many ghouls around here? Or do they live in the jungle?
No, they pretty much live on the outskirts of town. They live around the crypt, and for the most part they use the tunnel, the lava tubes on the island. With the agreement and everything, they pretty much stick to outside of town and in the lava tubes, and don't really see them come up into Farzine too much.
Are there any lava tubes under the jail?
My friend wants to know if there's any lava tubes under the jail.
Yeah. The privies go to the lava tubes. I mean, the only way that I know how to get down there inside the stockades is through the privy, and can't imagine that many people would want to travel through that.
Which actually kind of brings up another question. I think we were told that the privies and transport and storage and all of that works through these lava tubes. Like, how do you actually keep that all separated and so that you're not traveling through the sewage?
Well, that's where we get the kava.
Well, for the longest time, all the folks of Farzine and all the visitors we don't really have the need to use the lava tubes. So nobody really traverses them anymore. I would say is very rare.
Oh, I see. So you stopped using them for travel and instead use them for storage or waste. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's some tubes that are designated just for waste, while other tubes are designated for storage. Yeah.
We usually pick the ones that ghouls live in to put the waste in there.
It sounds like she turns to, her companions. It sounds like we may need to check into the lava tubes. And then she'll turn back to Captain Winza and ask, is there a map of what tubes connect to what?
That can't say that there's a map. If there was a map, it's long forgotten.
Is there a way of marking the tubes so that we don't crawl into one of the sewage pipes?
Other than knowing where the privies are, I can't really say that there'd be a way to mark them down below other than you would be able to tell by the smell. Maybe you probably see it,
So it's a total coin toss.
Are they all connected? I'm assuming they're all connected somehow, and it's just sort of like offshoots that
Lava
are
tubes
used
generally, like geographically, all interconnect at some point.
If we go down there, I could probably figure out which ones just by the smell.
Well, I know this doesn't really help us in the immediate, but if it comes down to it, I could prepare some magics for tomorrow to be able to track down an object that we perhaps put down the privy.
People put lots of objects down there.
Well, yes, but one that we put there specifically so that we can find out where it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to figure out where some of these entries are and start exploring.
Or we wait for that next prisoner to be taken by this subterranean creature.
That's not very nice.
I'm not sure that they would be taken. I mean, this doesn't sound like it's happened often, as Captain Winsa seemed very disturbed by the fact that they were just gone like this. And
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
I think that it's probably tied to the fact that they were maddened by something. Something seemed to have either taken some control of them or put them into some kind of frenzy, and I feel like this might be related.
Or we can leave outside of the city and go find these ghouls and see them head on.
What if tomorrow we come back to the jail and we put something down the hole at the privy instead of sending someone into it and see where that leads?
I think it is definitely a good backup plan and something we can do tomorrow for sure. But I don't know what else we may be able to do with it today. Perhaps we could explore from other angles.
Your discussion is broken by muffled screams coming from outside the office.
Jeb!
Called it!
Lothar turns to you and says, if you want to clear your names, now's a good time to earn the goodwill of the watch. And clear the names of your mates.
I like how there's just like some kind of scream and he's immediately just like, well, you're going to handle this?
This is your problem now.
So like he grabs his axe off the wall, even like he didn't grab his axe before, he grabbed his axe this time. And he starts
grab axe.
He grabs or he starts
He's a
running.
real grab axer.
He's like, come on.
All right.
Rufus
Nice.
comes on. Next time on Microphones and Monsters.
You walk in just in time to see one of them tear a slab of muscle from its prey, raise its head, arch its back, and swallow the morsel whole.
Mr. Mouse is just a mouse. He is a well-trained mouse. That's all. Wow. All you needed to do was go on a massive bender, and all of a sudden you remember how to fight again.
I needed to get my head straight.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm an anomaly, chaos incarnate. And I might be the cause of the end of humanity. Listen to ISFET Archives, a Creative Typo production, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow along as my friends and I try to save the world from, well, me.